What's up guys, Ryan here from MudGunner, and today I have a pretty cool video to show you. We are going to be talking about Mark 18s, and I do have this one here, that's an M41, I'll get into that in a second, but yeah, the main topic is Mark 18s, and specifically how I have mine set up, because I have been working on a few different Mark 18 builds. I have this goal to have basically not every setup for a Mark 18, but a good chunk of them, trying different optics, trying different suppressors and whatnot, so yeah, I'm just going to be going over those today, and I figured I'd bring you guys along with. So we're going to start with this one. This is probably one of my more clone correct Mark 18s. So this is built on a Colt. So majority of the gun is Colt. The upper, the lower, the barrel, it's all Colt. The rail is the Daniel Defense Wrist 2 rail. And when we're talking about Mark 18s, these are all Block 2s or the CQBR Block 2. So Block 1 would be a 10.3 inch barrel with the front sight post and the Knights Armament rail. The Block 2s have the Daniel Defense rails. And I'm not like a whole history expert on the Mark 18s. There are a lot of good YouTube videos out there of that. I've definitely binge watched a bunch of them in the past. And if you're looking for other like clone correct Mark 18s, you can look at clonerifles.com. That website gave me the inspiration to build a lot of these, but that website also never gets updated. So that's why I like doing my viewer build videos where I get to see all your guys's. But yeah, the Mark 18, there's so many different variations of it, which is nice. So you can build it up however you want. But yeah, this one is my more correct one. It's a Colt. So Colt upper, lower, barrel. It's a Daniel Defense Wrist 2 rail. And we're mainly just talking about what I have on all these. So the main difference between all these is the optics. So this one has an Aimpoint Comp M4. I forget if this is the S or just the regular M4. No, it's just the regular M4. So it's a Comp M4. I think the S puts the battery down here. Pros and cons of both, I don't know. I like having it on top because then it's just very easy to turn on. I just throw it over versus down here. But yeah, I like the Aimpoint Comp M4. Another appropriate one would be an Aimpoint T1 or T2. I might do one of those on a Mark 18 at some point, but honestly, you're looking through a red dot, so not too different. Even though these are all the same, I tried to make them a little bit different. I know it's kind of apples to apples at that point, guys, but I really like them. Mark 18s are very cool. It's one of the coolest AR-15s out there. Just the style of it really interests me. So yeah, this one, it's set up with a Surefire 4-prong flash hider. So that is clone correct. I also have a Surefire RC2 suppressor here. So this would just pop on and yeah, it just pops right on there, twist it, and it already looks 10 times better. So yeah, I think that looks great. Light-wise, none of my lights are correct as far as I know. They're all cloud defensive lights. So this is a Rain Micro. It's either the 1.0 or the 2.0. I don't know off the top of my head. This one I have the battery charging right now because it's dead, but here's how one looks. So pretty bright light. I did a video showing how bright these lights are and how far they can go out. I don't remember the exact lumens off the top of my head. Well, I think it's 1300 lumens and maybe like 55,000 candela or something like that, but very powerful lights, especially on a short gun like this. So lights are not clone correct, but I really like the cloud defensive lights. Sights not correct. These are Magpul MBus Pro flip-up sights. They're very good sights though. I really like them. I use these on most of my guns. So yeah, obviously I have my own take on this, guys. This is just a clone inspired build, but I still think it looks the part. And then on the back end here, so I'm running a Geisley trigger. I forget which Geisley trigger I put in here. So it's a 2-stage, like 3.5, 4.5 pound trigger. I forget what that would be. I don't think it's an SDE, but it might be an SDE. Sorry, I don't remember, guys, but all Geisley triggers are pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, it's a 2-stage Geisley trigger. I have a Radian Raptor ST charging handle. I have a Voltor stock, BCM pistol grip, B5 trigger guard. This one's got the Geisley H2 buffer and spring in there, Radian safety selector. It's got a Blue Force gear sling, and that is the bulk of it. Again, Daniel Defense Wrist 2 rail, which is the main component, and then I have flat dark earth rail ladders on here. And I really do think it looks good, especially with this OK Industries mag. It just really completes the build. So yeah, that is my Colt Mark 18. Next up, I have this Daniel Defense Mark 18. So the gun is a complete Daniel Defense, other than the accessories that we put on here. This one's got a Duramag in there. It looks pretty good. Magazine's loaded, but it's empty. I want to stick it back in there because it looks cool. So this one has a Surefire 3-prong flash hider on there, which I think is also correct, but you'll mainly see 3 prongs or 4 prongs. I think the 4-prong is a little bit better so you don't get that tuning fork noise. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if you guys can hear this. It's just a tuning fork noise, where that one, if I take this back off, it's not as bad. So it's just the harmonics of the muzzle device. This one might be a little bad, but no. I don't know, maybe they're both bad. My bad. Let's see. This one's cool. This is a OSS. You hear no tuning fork noise. So That's the one thing with muzzle devices is they can make those noises and you hear it when you shoot. You just hear that tinging noise. But when you put the suppressor on there, there is no noise, and this looks good on here too. So both of these are set up for a Surefire suppressor. This one also has a Cloud Defensive Rain Micro on there. I was running my PEC-15 on here, or my AT PLC, so the civilian one, but I put it on my SCAR. I will put another PEC on here because the main thing that I'm setting this one up is for night vision.
It's amazing. You know where all the women are. Exactly. Check your search history. You're ruining it. Sorry.
So optic-wise, I have an EOTech EXPS 3.0. This is the night vision compatible one. It's on a Unity riser, and I've shot this with night vision, and it's a lot of fun, and I see why everyone likes EOTechs for night vision, because when you push it out a little bit and you're aiming, it's just so easy to look through with your night vision. And this one has B5 furniture on here. So it's got a beefy stock, a nice pistol grip. It also has a Law Tactical folder, so that makes it fold really nicely in a bag, especially without the suppressor. It's very short. But it also extends it on how far it is. So again, it's pushing it away. And when you look through it with night vision, it's very easy. This is the 3.5 pound flat trigger. And oh yeah, that's super light. So that one's a single stage. There's no 2-stage. I think that's SD. I forget the Geisley model, so my bad on that. But also running a Radian Raptor SD charging handle, Radian safety selector. Also running a Blue Force Gear sling. This one's the padded sling. And again, once I get a PEC, I'm gonna put that on here. Oh, I didn't even talk about the vertical grips. I'm running Tango Down quick detach vertical grips on all of these. It's like my favorite vertical grip, and I think it looks great on the Mark 18. Also running a Geisley H2 buffer and spring. So you figure it's got the buffer from the folder on there, because there's a little metal mass in there that goes back with the bolt. And then it's got the Geisley H2. This one shoots extremely soft because there's a lot of weight. But yeah, that's the one thing with Mark 18s. They're over gas, so you can kind of tune them to run a little bit softer. I also run a Surefire 7.62 mini suppressor. So it's basically an RC2 just in 308 or 30 cal. It's the exact same size with a 30 cal hole. That also works really good on these, but I mainly have it on my SCAR right now. As far as sling mounts, I'm running a Magpul QD RSA on all of them. So I forgot to talk about that one on there as well, but those are really good. I like running quick detach slings. I've never had any issues. This one's got the Coyote Brown rail ladders on there, because there's FDE and then there's Coyote. So I tried to make this one more of a dark, like Coyote Brown, where that one's just straight flat dark earth. And I think it makes them look slightly different, which is nice, but obviously there's still FDE accessories on there. But yeah, that is this one. And again, it's gonna be mainly set up for night vision. So that's why I'm running the EOTech on there. And then the last one I'll show you guys is my most recent build. And that is this one, also on a Daniel Defense. This one is more of a Blackout theme. So it does have the Daniel Defense Wrist 2 rail in the brown, but I wanted this one to mostly be black because I threw a black Elcan on here. So this one has the Elcan Spectre DR. It's the 1:4 optic. It's gonna get an RMR on it at some point. This one's really nice. I like it. And I'm not sure exactly which is my favorite optic on the Mark 18 yet. Like, I like them all. These are both very fast acquisition because that's just a holographic sight. That's just a red dot. This one's kind of a cross between a red dot and a scope because you have a 1-power crosshair, like full reticle that you can put a red dot on, or you have the 4-power. Very accurate, no issues. Again, I shot it for the first time on Sunday and it was a lot of fun. I didn't get to put too many rounds through. It was really just getting it zeroed. But Elcans I like. I've been running one on my SCAR recently too. And then this one, I'm gonna set it up for a OSS suppressor. I bought a OSS Helix QD, the actual OSS, not the Huxworks, so it's an older one, but maybe at some point I'll get a Huxworks Flow 556K for it. But the suppressor that I bought was the Helix QD 762. So my plan is to buy a few different Mark 18s or build them up and set them up with different suppressors. Obviously these two are both Surefire, but going forward, I'm not doing any more Surefires on Mark 18s because I have those two. So I want to try different ones. This one's got a Cloud Defensive owl, which is no longer made. It's pretty cool. I like the owls. I run them on a lot of different guns. And then also running the Tango Down QD. I didn't do any rail ladders on this one because I think it looks really clean. I'm going to show you guys the picture that I based this one off of because I found one online when I was Googling Mark 18s. I'm like, that thing looks sick. So I built mine off of whoever's Mark 18 this is. So it's got the BCM furniture on this one, also BCM trigger guard, the Geisley trigger. This one's got the Radiant safety selector, but it's still running the Daniel Defense charging handle because I like that charging handle. It's got a Viking Tactics sling on here. And I mean, that's about it. Mark 18s, what's nice is you can buy a factory Daniel Defense Mark 18. And this is where, for clone rifles, the Mark 18 is one of the most iconic because unlike all the Knights Armament clones, which are hard to get, expensive to get and all that, Daniel Defense makes the Mark 18 pretty readily available, which is awesome. If you think if like Knights Armament did a Knights Armament Mark 18, how hard would that be to get? So I really like that Daniel Defense pushes them out and they make them pretty readily available to the public. And obviously it is like one of the gold standard clone rifles for today's age. So yeah, these are the Mark 18s, guys. I'm running an HK mag in this one because it looks cool. But yeah, these are the current Mark 18s. I do have plans to do more of them. I know it's overkill, just it's my passion. So I like shooting all of these. I definitely have the most rounds on this one right here. I've ran it in a lot of drills and matches and shooting events with my friends, so I like it. But this winter I'm gonna get more rounds through this one as soon as I get a laser on here, because that's the one thing. This is only a white light. So unless I do an IR flashlight like a Surefire, which I have that on other guns, I really want to keep this cloud defensive on here. So if I do the AT-PLC, which is the civilian Peg 15, it comes with a built-in IR illuminator and laser. So that's what will allow me to use it under night vision. Other than that, if it's a well-lit night, I can use it under night vision, but having some type of IR illuminator would be beneficial. So yeah, that's mainly going to be for night vision use. This one is my main shooter. This one I want to get more rounds through. And then I threw this one on the couch because it does look the part. This is an M4A1. So the M4A1 is just the big brother to the Mark 18. Mark 18 is a 10.3 inch barrel. The M4A1 is a 14.5 inch barrel. But it uses the same wrist-to rail, just the longer version of it. So that's the nice thing, is you have the option to do M4A1 or a Mark 18. They're similar in pricing, so it's just kind of personal preference, or if you can have a short barrel gun where you live versus a 14.5 pin. This one also has the Surefire 4-prong on there. I just have it pinned so that it's 16 overall. So yeah, I've done a video explaining M4A1s because they have block 1, 2, and 3. This is a block 2, but I did a video showing all 3 of them side by side if you want to go check that out. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video.